Today is another beautiful day where we advance our short video insights on financial literacy. And I would like to say that in our previous short video that was shot yesterday, we talked about the balanced budget. And today we want to continue with the conversation and bring in the concept of unbalanced budget, or a budget that is not balanced. An unbalanced budget is a budget where the income of an individual is actually lower than the planned expenditure. So if you have expenditure needs that are far more and above your income, then your budget is considered to be unbalanced. An unbalanced budget is a don't, is something to avoid when your goal is towards financial independency, and if your goal is towards wealth creation. For the simple reason that if your budget is unbalanced, then it forces you to look into other ways of trying to balance your budget. And one of the quickest ways that comes into people's mind in terms of trying to meet the budget deficit is to actually borrow. And sometimes because your income is already lower than your needs, then you will not be able to service what you have borrowed or to service your loan. You could have borrowed from a friend, you could have borrowed from shylocks, you could have borrowed from the bank, but remember, whatever you borrow sometimes comes with interest, which means that what the borrowed money keeps on increasing, and because your income is also not increasing, you're operating on an unbalanced budget, then this throws you into a debt crisis. And when you are thrown into a debt crisis, you are actually vulnerable and you are likely to move into more borrowing or additional borrowing. And you are not doing additional borrowing so that you can develop yourself, but you'll be doing additional borrowing so that you can service or you can repay the monies that you borrowed, either from friends or from financial institutions. And then this puts you into a habit where you will be borrowing all the time to be able to service your previous loans. So it puts you in a vicious cycle of borrowing, but you borrow not to personally develop, not to personally increase the chances of your financial independency, or not borrowing to be able to grow wealth, but you are borrowing to be able to service previous loans. So you become a captive of your debts, or you become a slave of your debts. And therefore, if your goal, if your aim, if your purpose is towards financial independency and financial literacy, avoid it like a plague an unbalanced budget. Never spend money more than what you earn, because if you do, this throws you into borrowing, and the borrowing throws you into a vicious cycle of borrowing, which is borrowing only to service a previous loan or a previous borrowing that you got from a friend, a financial institution, and this puts you in a complete crisis and finishes you. Thank you very much.